Following the announcement of the Steam Machine pricing, Valve has been discussing the idea of DIYing your own Steam Machine. This is something people have talked about for quite a while, and many people out there have already done so, and especially following the pricing, we've seen build guides around the price of the Steam Machine. In some cases, like this one, actually considerably cheaper. This gives you a lot of wiggle room to go and upgrade and buy various other things you might want, and depending on what you want from a system, DIYing it might just be better. It makes sense, right? DIYing your own machine is cheaper. Who would have guessed? Wow, what a complete mystery this was that nobody ever knew before. Anyway, I've got this old machine here, which is parts out of my main machine moved over when I did an upgrade. It has an AMD Ryzen 3600X, a AMD RX 570, an SSD of some sort, and RAM that I bought long before the price went up dramatically. So with this basically being a Steam machine, a Steam Deck, theoretically, it should just be fine to install on it. It should just work without really any sort of hassle. So I thought, let's try it out. I'll leave a link down below, but this right here is where you download the Steam Deck image, which right now is the only official way to download SteamOS. This is going to be in a format you don't typically see when you are downloading an operating system. This is going to be in a format known as img.bz2. You're going to notice my cursor is in the wrong spot. That is a KDE bug, but ignore that for now. img.bz2. This is not an ISO. In fact, this is a raw disk image compressed with BZ2 compression. Now, why Valve decided to do it this way, I don't know. You're going to have to go and ask Valve. If you're using a tool like Rufus on Windows, this is what I would typically use when I was back on Windows, and a lot of people use this tool. You can just treat it like you would any other ISO file. I'll leave a video link down below if you don't know how to use Rufus, but if you've used it before, it just works in the exact same way. Same with tools like Balena Etcher. Although with Balena Etcher, it is going to be a little bit slow when it comes to doing that decompression, so maybe you want to avoid doing it that way. I'm going to do it in two separate steps using 7-zip and GNOME disks because that's just my preferred method. Also, I want to be different. Very first step is dealing with the compression. For that, I'm going to do 7zx and then the file and give it some time, and that will eventually uncompress it. I'm not going to make you sit here, so we'll jump ahead till that's done. That is now done, and it has uncompressed to about 7.6 gigabytes. So you're going to need a thumb drive, at least 8 gigabytes. Most things on the market are going to be about that size. I've got some 32 gigabyte ones here, but pretty much anything is going to work. Take your thumb drive, plug it into your preferred port, and try not to miss the hole. Thankfully, I have ones that are on the front, and then go and open up GNOME disks. This is my preferred application. I know there are plenty of others. This is what I like using though. Make sure you select the correct drive because you will delete everything that is on it. Right now I've just got a Fedora ISO on there, so I don't really care about it, but if there is anything important on there, make sure you take it off. So we're going to go and click on Restore Disk Image, and then select Image to Restore and find where it is located. For me, that is right here. Select that one. The disk image is smaller than the target device, that's fine. Make sure it is smaller than the size of the drive. Again, about 8 gigabytes is going to be fine. And then start restoring. And make sure, right drive, yes, it is my thumb drive. It is the 32 gigabyte drive, or 31 it's showing up as. Restore. And then you need to enter your password. And then we just wait. Again, I will cut back until this is done. That took a bit longer than expected, a little bit over 10 minutes. It's going to depend on your drive and various other factors, but it looks like, judging by what I'm seeing, it worked. So let's move that over to the new machine and see what happens. Again, take your thumb drive and now find where your other machine is. I have got the front ports filled, so I'll be back in a moment. There we go. Okay. Now for everyone's favorite thing, getting into the BIOS. Now, technically, you don't have to go and, spam press the buttons. We do, though. Usually, it's going to be something like an F2, F3, F4, something like that. So my preferred method is just this. No, I don't have to do it, but it's habit. Lovely. Perfect. Okay, so make sure you go and... Why are there 2 partitions here? You know what? Let's just move our main drive below those 2 and then not reorder those. That should be fine. Let's go and boot into that. Different UEFIs, different BIOSes going to have that in a different location, but it should be somewhere around that. Okay. We are making progress. Okay. Welcome to SteamOS. By all... Oh, nope, you're not seeing it now. Sorry, my bad. Okay. By all accounts, this should shortly boot into SteamOS. When the start job finishes. Okay, it's doing something. I don't think you're seeing the output anymore. Oh, no, it's good. It's good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay. Okay, sweet. I have not done this before, but let's go with wipe device and install SteamOS. That seems like the correct option. This action will wipe and reinstall SteamOS on this device. This will permanently destroy all data on your device. This cannot be undone. Okay. Let's see what it does. I'll probably cut ahead to important things that are happening here. So if I jump ahead, that's going to be why. For now, though, it seems like we're just wiping out the partitions and getting things set up to be what we expect for SteamOS. Make that a bit bigger. That should be slightly easier to see. Now I guess it's just a matter of waiting for it to copy stuff. How long it's going to take is not fully clear to me, though. So I'm going to guess maybe like 5-ish minutes. Oh, okay. It's doing something. It's still copying stuff. Okay, just finished the first copy. Oh, here we go. Reimaging complete. Choose proceed to reboot now. Okay, I'm gonna proceed. And let's see what it does. I think it's rebooting. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing here. Hopefully the video comes back. Okay, we're good. Sweet, lovely. By all accounts, we should now be booting into an installed SteamOS. I think. Oh, that's a really good... Okay, that's an incredibly good sign. Okay, we have a keyboard and mouse attached. Let's go English. I'm just going to pick... Where's my time zone? Plus 9:30. Here we are. Network should... I have a Ethernet cable plugged in, but it's not discovering it. That might be on my end. Give me 1 sec. The light is flickering on the back, and the light is flickering on my actual switch. This might be one of those, this is made for the Steam Deck, which doesn't have an Ethernet port things, so I'm just going to ignore it for now, and it probably, if we can continue forward, we can't. Honestly, kind of perfect this has happened because this seems to be a semi-known problem. What we should be able to do is go to another TTY, log in, and then set a sudo password. Let's just set it to something simple. Okay. And we should be able to do a systemctl restart network manager. And then enter the password you just set. Okay. Give that a couple of seconds. And now we should be able to exit this, go back over here, and it works. This is another one of those. This is not intended to be installed on generic hardware yet. Lovely. Okay, so that one's selected. Perfect. Now we can actually install it. Lovely, it is downloaded. I thought it froze for a second. Okay. I'm not surprised there are some weird teething issues here. It's also not 10:53 p.m. Hopefully it selects back to where I actually put it, because I did select Adelaide, so I'm not sure why it says that. It's 3:23. Okay. Okay, I thought we were soft locked there. I thought there was no way we'd be able to continue, and this entire video would just have to be done there. Apparently not. Apparently it's just SteamOS is weird right now. Okay, lovely. Sweet. We're done with that. Okay, we're good. Adjust the... Okay, that's fine. It doesn't need to do any sort of scanning. That is my audio device. That is the one on my system. The other one would be the HDMI. That is fine. And we should be good. We can log in now. Okay. I think we're done. I think. Perfect. Okay, sweet. Press any key. I can just click Shift Tab to access your library, store settings, and more. Okay. Set up parental controls. Sure. I think we're good. Everything's working just fine. Yeah, it is stuttering a bit when I scroll. I don't know how much of that is my system, how much of that is just Steam in general. Could be both. I guess now that we're here, we've got to try some stuff. So let us try and go to desktop mode. And that should just take us into KDE with no issue whatsoever. Perfect. Okay, KDE looks like it's fine. Let's open up a browser. Give that a moment. When it decides it wants to open. Firefox. Hello? Oh, okay, time is correct now. I guess it just wasn't right during the installer. Okay, I was gonna open Discover in the background. It's not actually installed. Right, I completely forgot about that. I guess let's install it then. Okay, sweet. Now we should be able to open it. Lovely. We got Firefox and, yeah, we've got an internet connection. Everything's good. Okay, lovely. And I guess let's go into our KDE settings. Yeah, everything seems to be here. Okay, let us go back into gaming mode then. And let's try to actually play something, because it wouldn't be very useful if the games just weren't going to work. Okay, let's try something that I've been playing in my own time. Let's go and play Trails from Zero. Yes, it is not the most demanding game, but it is a game nonetheless, and it's only 4 gigabytes, so, you know, it should be good. I don't know how much storage I actually have on this machine. Let's go to settings. About 500 gigs. Okay, that should be fine then. Well, the game's only 4 gigabytes, so it should definitely be fine. It is taking a weirdly long time to reserve the space, but that just might be my drive being terrible. Without trying it with other drives, I can't really comment on that. I know it doesn't take that long on the deck, but it also took basically no time to get to about 30%. So, I'm not entirely sure on that one. One thing I did just notice is my cursors are really large, and this size would make sense on the Steam Deck because the Steam Deck is quite small. Why is it taking 3 hours to do that? These cursor size would make sense on the deck, but this would be way too big on any sort of, you know, monitor like this. Okay, I did a reboot and now it's fine. Not entirely sure why it was saying 3 hours. Probably SteamOS being weird. That's kind of the point of this video, to show that yes, you can do this, but SteamOS is still a little bit weird. So I'll wait till this is done. Okay, now for the most important thing. Can we actually play the video game? I'm not going to touch the Proton version. I'm not going to do anything like that. This game is from like, I don't know how many years ago. It should just work. Let's find out. Let's click play. And then don't ask me again. Okay, it's trying to launch it at least. Oh! Okay. We might be good. Okay, the game's working. And I should be able to go load. It synced my save. Yes. That's a video game. That is working. You're not hearing the audio though? Let me see if I can set that up. That was my bad. I set it to have the audio go through the monitor, not through my capture card. Okay, let's try that one again. Okay, I think we are good now. You're actually hearing double of the audio because I'm capturing it twice. Good job, Brodie. Okay. I am a professional. It looks like we are good. I've never played this game with a keyboard and mouse before. Let us try the controller and should it be fine as well. This time I've got a controller plugged in. This is my 8-bit Do controller and yeah, it looks like it is working totally fine as well. I think the game might be bound weirdly because of the setting it's using. The like Steam profile it's using. But besides that, this looks like it is totally fine. Okay. Yeah, with the binding I have, I guess not. We can still do a shift tab and that takes us back out here, so that's fine. Okay. Sweet. Audio is definitely a bit quiet, so let's turn that up. Yep, that's working totally fine. Okay, I have at least no complaints initially here. This seems to be fine. By all accounts, it seems like you can definitely do this, but right now, trying to install SteamOS itself is still clearly a little bit clunky, and that is with the ISO I downloaded literally the day I'm recording this, which is about a day before this is first being uploaded. So hopefully things get improved over the next couple of months, but if you want something that is more akin to a regular installation that doesn't have those weird problems like not being able to see your Ethernet, I'm still going to say I recommend doing Bazzite at least for now. This is good, okay? It's still SteamOS, and once you get through some of those initial hiccups, it works totally fine, at least from my initial testing here. But if you don't want to deal with that, yeah, go with Bazzite for now. This was supposed to be just initial blind testing, initial blind installation, just to see what's going to happen on a regular machine. I'm sure there's probably a bunch of other weird, unidentified issues. I don't have Bluetooth on this machine. I don't have Wi-Fi on this machine. I would imagine maybe with some weird Wi-Fi and Bluetooth configurations, it might be a little bit funky. Also, I have a full AMD system, so I can't even comment on what NVIDIA would do here. I know they don't ship the NVIDIA drivers, so trying to rely on Novo, good luck, I guess. But overall, if you just really want SteamOS, I guess you can. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Maybe I'll do further videos with some more formal, proper examination of this. But for now, I think that is a good stopping point. So, if you liked the video, go like the video. If you learned something and maybe change your mind about doing this, hey, I'm glad to help. If not, enjoy your time. So, if you liked the video, go like the video. If you really liked the video and you want to become one of these amazing people over here, check out the Patreon, subscribe, Silly Bearer Pay, linked in the description down below. That's going to be it for me, and go play the Trails series. It's very good. Although, it's a JRPG series, so expect to be there for a while. Something like this.